Do you ever feel like your marketing team is stuck reacting to tasks instead of being strategic? It's tough to think strategically if you've got busy work, like checking that blog posts are on brand or manually hunting for campaign trends in your data. That's where Gemini Enterprise comes in handy. In Gemini Enterprise, you can build custom AI agents to handle a variety of marketing tasks, like content generation and automated reports. You can even connect data from your business apps, yes, that means tools outside of Google, to help reach your goals. In this lesson, you'll learn how to build your very own marketing agents. No coding required.
Hi, I'm Michael Endler, product marketer for Google Cloud AI. Most organizations spend a lot of time and effort posting to social media. Most of those organizations also spend a lot of time and effort wondering which, if any, of their social media posts are actually moving the bottom line. Business leaders constantly worry that engagement and exposure metrics like views or likes don't tell the story of revenue. But deeper analysis is time-consuming and complicated. Gemini Enterprise makes this kind of work much faster, simpler, and repeatable, empowering marketing teams to identify and understand their most impactful messages and to refine their efforts going forward. Suppose I run a medium-sized regional trucking and moving company in the Houston metro. Up until recently, we'd relied on our website and targeted ads for online advertising. But last year, we started posting to social media for awareness. Revenue has gone up since then, but we're not sure if that's just indicative of regional economic growth, a fluke, or if it's a sign we should invest more effort in our social media presence. Let's take this puzzle to Gemini Enterprise. Getting started is as simple as asking, since we began social media marketing last year, which, if any, of our posts have had strong impacts on revenue? Because Gemini Enterprise is connected to my work apps, it can search across documents and sources I have access to, pulling in all the right context so Gemini can work its magic. After just a few seconds, the answer comes back. And we have a decent start. Several posts correlate with spikes in revenue, and we see several messaging themes that align, moving at the end of school or over the summer, for example. Figuring out this much in the past may have taken me 100 times longer, easily. But we're just scratching the surface. Gemini identified correlations for us, but we can go deeper, like adding multiple years of revenue so the model can see our seasonal patterns, or checking for any noteworthy local events or weather incidents that may have impacted revenue. That will help us move beyond correlation and towards causation, toward understanding when our social media messages translate into dollars. Since this is analysis we'll want to repeat regularly, we should build a custom agent instead of just using the built-in chat agents. That way, the process will be precise and repeatable every time, and we have more control over how different steps in the process are completed. We just need a basic description of our agent to get started. Gemini Enterprise will create the agent in seconds, and I can tweak it in the designer. Switching to the flow view lets us see how the agent handles each part of the task. We can see here that our agent is actually 4 agents, a primary agent that orchestrates 3 sub-agents, each dedicated to just its narrow part of the project. One to gather the data, one to determine genuine relationships between social media posts and revenue, taking into account other likely variables, and one to turn insights into future messaging recommendations. If I have a more specific need or vision, or if I want even greater control or insight into what the agent is doing, I can build the agent piece by piece myself, still using natural language, no code. But what we've generated here looks pretty solid, so let's try it. It takes about 2 minutes for the agent to do the work, not only perusing relevant files or apps for information, but also searching the internet for relevant local context. But in less time than it takes to scroll through social media, here we have it. Much richer and more insightful analysis, spotting not just the naive correlations, but the deeper relationships that are likely driving the bottom line. Want to try building an agent like this for your business? Head to the Gemini Enterprise website and register to try it for free. In a lot of organizations, the people who create important messages and the people who create and enforce brand guidelines aren't the same people. In any scenario where you have to make sure content meets style and brand guidelines, Gemini Enterprise can help. Imagine I'm a marketer who received this blog draft from a product expert. Before even getting into any creative edits, I noticed that several stylistic choices don't look right. The draft uses numerals instead of spelling out words like 2 or 3. It seems to be using random ampersands and so on. Am I going to catch all of these problems on my own? It depends how intimately familiar I am with the style guide and how much time I have to comb through the text. This is a perfect use case for a no-code agent in Gemini Enterprise. Any chatbot, if given an essay draft, can do a credible job proofreading. But because Gemini Enterprise is connected to my work applications, including our multitude of style guides, it's always up to date with our brand voice, stylistic guidance, and so on. All I have to do is open Agent Designer and describe what I want. Something as simple as use our brand guidelines to edit the blog draft might have worked just fine. But this level of precision helps ensure that the agent understands exactly what I want, including where I want a human in the loop. After about a minute, I have a prototype agent ready to test. I can make any tweaks if necessary in the flow screen, but this use case is straightforward, so let's see if it works out of box. And success! The agent did exactly as intended. I can go straight into creative revisions and suggestions without worrying about our brand's particular view on every grammar or syntax issue.
And there you have it. You can build your very own marketing AI agent with Gemini Enterprise. This means that you can automate routine tasks with an agent that enforces your brand style on text or images. Or you can uncover deep insights, such as analyzing your social media posts to see which ones are actually driving revenue. Best of all, you did it without writing any code. You're moving from reactive work to real strategy.